Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Code Logic. So in this video we are going to see the Accenture coding test questions. So this is our second part. In our first part we have seen the two questions. Okay. Now we are going to see another two questions. So you can see this is our problem statement one. You are given a function check password. Okay. So that function will contain two parameters. First is a string and then it will have integer n. So the function accepts string and the size n. So the length of that this string is n. Okay, and as an argument, okay, implement the function which returns 1 if string is valid password. Otherwise we have to return 0. So if string is valid or not, so we have to check it. So how we are going to check? So they have given us some conditions here. Okay, so a length is at least 4 characters. Okay, length at least 4 characters. Then at least one of is number. So one of the character should be digit. Okay, then at least one of character should be capital letters. That means it will starts from ASCII number 65 to 90. Okay, digit starts from 48 onwards, 48 to 57. Okay, must not have space or slash. So the string should not contain any space or the slash characters. Okay, now starting character must not be a number. So it always starts with a special character or the any alphabet like abcd. Okay, so now we'll see the examples. So they have given one example here. Okay, so length of this is 3 6. So length is 6. So it passes the first character. So length should be greater than 4. And then we have second character, second condition, that is it should not start with the number. So that start with number. Okay, it passes this also. And then we have a third criteria, that is it should have at least one number, one digit. Okay, and we have one capital character, capital letter. Okay, so all the criterias are passing here. That's why we have to return one. Here you can see there is a space in between. That's why it is failing. So we have to return 0 from here. Okay, so now we'll start the implementation of this problem. We'll start the coding. So we have created a here main method which will contain one string variable, and then we have used getLine method to scan the string, because the string will contain probably the spaces. So I have used getLine method here. Okay, then we have calculated the length of this string, and then we have passed this string to the check password method. Okay, now we have to implement this. So now first we'll check if length is less than 4. So to check that, if length is less than 4, then we'll return 0. Return 0. Okay, now we'll check if starting should not be number, should not be. Okay, so for that we'll check if condition. If s of 0 is less than equals to, sorry, greater than equals to 48, or s of 0 is less than equals to 57, that means it lies between 0 to 9. Okay, if this is the case, then we'll have to return the 0 from here. Okay, now we'll iterate over the string. So before that we'll create some variables int I, then capital letters, and then numbers. Okay, now we'll check for loop I equals to 0 semicolon s of I plus plus. So here you can see if s of I is exactly equals to space, or s of I is exactly equals to slash. So you can see here we have conditions. It should not be space or slash, that is forward slash. Okay, if this is the case, then we'll have to return from here and we'll return 0. Okay, otherwise we'll check if s of I is greater than equals to 65 or sorry, we have to here use and here also we have to use and operation. If s of I is greater than equals to 65 and s of I is less than equals to 90, then we'll increase the capital letters count. Okay, we'll use this condition here. This is for calculating calculate capital letters, and this for calculate numbers. Okay, so here we'll increase the count of number. Now after that we'll return from here. Return capital and if capital is greater than 0, and number is greater than 0. One thing we have missed here. So while copying it, we'll need to change it to the I. Okay, s of I. Okay, now we have to run the code. Okay, we need to pass some input here. You can see output is 1, so password is valid. uh, we'll run it again and we'll pass some spaces. Okay, you can see output is 0. We'll run it again and we'll start with the number. Then again you can see the output is 0. Okay, so now we'll see the second problem statement, that is the find count. So this function accepts an integer array. Okay, its length. Okay, you can see here length, and then two integers, number and difference. Okay, so implement the function to find and return the number of elements of array having the absolute difference less than equal to difference variable. Okay, with the num. So what this function tells us, that you will be given an array and two variables, number and difference. Okay, so you have to find the minimum difference between the elements of array and the number. Okay, and then you have to return the count. In case there are no elements in array whose absolute difference is num less than equal to difference, then return the -1. Okay, we'll see the example. So you have given the array, that is 12, 3, 14, 56, 77 and 13, and then you'll be given a number 13, and then difference is 2. So we have number 13 here. So first we'll calculate the difference between 13 and 12, that is 1. Okay, so which is less than difference, so we'll increase the count here, count plus plus. Okay, now we'll take the difference between 3 and 13, that is 10, which is not less than difference. Okay, then we'll move forward, then we'll again take the difference, that is 1, so we'll again increase here count, count plus plus. Okay, here also the difference is not same. Okay, not less than 2, then here also the difference is not less than 2, so here value will be 64, and then here the difference is 0, that is less than 2. Here again we'll increase the count, count plus plus. Okay, so count is 3, that is what they have written from here. And again they have suggested one condition. So in case there are no elements in array whose absolute difference with the number is less than or equals to difference, then return -1. Then what this means is, if count is exactly equals to 0, then we have to return -1. Okay, now we'll start with the actual coding. So you can see here, so we have written the main method, and inside which we have created one array of 6, and then we have created two variables, number and difference, with the value 13 and 2, and this is the length, that is length of this array, that is 6. Okay, now we have written we have called one method, find count, which will take argument as n, array size, array actual, then the number, and then difference. Okay, now we'll have to write this method. So first we'll declare one variable, count equals to 0, and now we'll have to iterate over the array I is less than n. So here we'll check if array of I minus number is less than equal to difference. Okay, this will be absolute difference, absolute difference, and if this condition is true, then we'll increase the count. Okay, and in the end, if count is exactly equals to 0, then we'll have to return the -1. Okay, otherwise we'll return the count. Okay, now we'll execute the code. You can see here count is 3. So this is what we have seen in this output, count is 3. Now we'll pass some more variables to it. We'll check if difference is not 2. Okay, that means count is 0. We'll try for that. So I'll increase the difference here to 50. Sorry, I'll increase it to the -1. Okay, and then we'll run it. You can see here count is -1. That's because there are no elements, and it has came here inside this condition, count is exactly equals to 0, so that's why they have written -1. Okay, yeah, that's it for the video, guys. If you like the video, please like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.